to get customers' orders built in 21 model year. We're actively working every day with suppliers to get additional capacity on these high demand items, and we are working very hard to get you your Bronco as soon as possible. So we definitely appreciate everyone's patience on this one.
So another question that we have is whether the slide out tailgate that we talked about is going to affect the cargo area or kind of a load flat floor on the full-size four-door Bronco.
The loadout floor sits on the standard cargo floor. It does increase in height the overall load floor because you have to have room for that slide out tailgate to slide in and out of. I think you guys have a good video from the Bronco birthday event that we held that shows the operation of the slide out tailgate. So definitely recommend customers checking that out. So it does increase that deck height, which in turn, if you look at how the four-door seats fold flat, there is like a hump between the factory load floor and then where the seats sit. So the slide out tailgate closes that kind of lip there. And the other thing to note on the way that the slide out tailgate potentially affects the vehicle is that height increase prevents you from storing the doors on board. So if doors on board storage is super important to you, do not get the slide out tailgate because they physically can't fit below the sport tubes up above.
Got it. That's important to know. Thanks for answering that question. So another question that a lot of customers have had kind of an interest in is the difference between Velocity and Lightning Blue. I know we haven't really seen some of those that have rolled off the tool testing or the pre-production line yet. So do you have an idea of when we would actually be able to see those, or at least see photos of vehicles in those colors?
For Lightning Blue, we have not built a Lightning Blue Bronco yet. So that one you'll see in early 21 would be my guess. Velocity Blue, we actually do have one of those, and we are excited to share that with you guys in early 21 as well. So that one just got built, and we're getting it ready to show off come January. I know everyone's excited about the blues, so we're excited too. We want to share those with you guys.
Awesome, thanks. Yeah, I think that might be my top color, so I know I'm excited about that.
The other thing I think a lot of people are asking about is when are we going to see the new first edition interior? So we're working on, again, that has not been built yet since it was kind of a late add to the program based on customer feedback. So as soon as we get one of those built, we're going to immediately photograph it and get those pictures out. The first thing customers are going to see in January is going to be the digital renderings of it on build and price. So that'll give you kind of an inkling of what it's looking like, what the general colors are. I know it's hard to see fabrics, and it does, the renderings don't do the best job of showing all the detail of the interiors. So we're working to, as soon as one gets built, we're going to work to get those photos out to everyone so they can make their decision.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's great to know that you guys are actually listening and taking some of that customer feedback for the options. So we're excited to see that once it gets out there. So we had a question about the rear seats with the marine grade vinyl interior, and specifically the material that's on the back of the rear seats. Can you speak into that a little bit?
Mm-hmm. The back of all seats on Broncos is that carpet sort of material that you find on most cars. And the reason we have that material on the back of the Bronco seats is because with the doors on board storage, we had to make sure that we had a material back there that wouldn't hurt the doors on board storage or get marred or scratched by those items actually being stored on board the vehicle. So we went we went with the kind of traditional carpet material. Um, I've heard the customer feedback from all the events I've been to in terms of why it isn't rubberized. So definitely something that we're looking into potentially changing for future model years.
So just to clarify on that, the carpet will be standard for the 2021 model year, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We're working on some potential accessory offerings that would act as a cover for the back of the seat. So that's something that's currently in process that we're hoping to get to market quickly.
Awesome, thanks. So we've seen in the sports on the rear of the back seats that sort of cargo lining, that rubber material that snaps on. Is that something that we would expect to see on a full-size Bronco eventually?
Yeah, the Bronco Sport has a great rubberized cargo area. It's definitely something that we're considering as far as bringing over to the larger Bronco. It's not a simple sort of plug and play situation because of the way that crash testing works for these items on the vehicle. So whenever you add significant amounts of weight to the seat, which those rubberized items are, they weigh a decent amount, you have to ensure that it doesn't affect the crash rating of the vehicle as well. So it's not, I wish it were easier to just, add those onto the larger Bronco, but it is, it's tricky.
Mm-hmm. There's always behind the scenes processes that we don't know about, but thank you for answering that. That's good for us to know. So another question that we've gotten is for the two-door Bronco. Is there an option to order it or remove the rear seats, and then also to get it without the rear side windows?
So there's no rear seat delete option on Bronco. And we have kind of teased the idea of glass delete on the rear cap. You saw that on the truck with the roof rack on, with the tent on the roof that we had at Super Celebration East. But that's not currently a production item for the roof. So the short answer is no, unfortunately. It would be a cool idea, though.
Yeah, that would be cool, but good to know. So, Esteban, we saw that for the Bronco Sport, the owner's manual was actually available for download before deliveries began. When can we expect to see the full-size Bronco owner's manual available for download, I guess, within the next year?
I'd have to check with the owner's manual team on the exact date. I'm not 100% certain on that. But I do want to get that out as soon as possible. So it's currently still being finalized, the owner's manual. So once we get it finalized, we definitely want to get that out to the community. I know that, it'll give a lot of good information for people waiting to receive their Bronco. So short answer is we're trying to get it out before the vehicles go on sale. We've also, you guys at Bronco Nation have done some of those how-to videos where you borrowed some of our trucks. So I think that's a great place for customers to see some of the features in operation. And I know that you guys at Bronco Nation have some more of those videos that you're working on to get out to customers. And the other thing I would just say is Bronco is actually going to be a digital owner's manual only vehicle. So we're following the new F-150 within Ford as far as having a digital owner's manual. So instead of having, a several hundred-page booklet in your glove box, it'll actually all be in your in the touchscreen of the vehicle itself. So that's an interesting little tidbit about Bronco.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.